What's up, y'all? So, I want to talk about my smoking practices over the last couple weeks. But, as psychospiritual shit to digest. But I'm not sure that that is a wise idea. I will say that over my summer break, which is from the 19th through the, not sure, 29th, I think. It's a long break. I was smoking 1/8, either an eighth or the equivalent in vape fluid, which is half brand. Every day, motherfuckers, for 11 days. So, that was really something else. I really learned how to relax. In fact, yeah, I can tell you that I learned a new way of being in the world, and that's with regards to relaxation. And that's that, so instead of trying to get comfortable and then sleeping for, like, say, an hour, taking an hour nap or 2 hour nap, I was instead, I wasn't concerned with naps. I was instead waking up about every 15 minutes to change the position I was in, and I never once tried to get comfortable, except for these subtle shifts in positions, every 15 minutes. But I never once laid down, put my arms, over my head and had the pillow going. I never was pillow bound. I never laid down with my head on a pillow. I would just be kind of sitting up in bed, and then 15 minutes would go by, and then I'd do a small adjustment, like if my hand was on my heart, then I'd put it on my thigh, and that's all the adjustment that was needed to remain comfortable. So it was really interesting. For days on end, I had this practice of basically just really being relaxed, and then kind of in and out of consciousness. Never full naps, never long naps, but in and out of consciousness. And then again, adjusting my posture in subtle ways every 15 minutes. And I tell you, it is a good way to remain comfortable. It's probably superior to trying to get comfortable and then relaxing for an hour in a comfortable position. It's actually superior. So it was fun, in addition to having my ceremony at Tim's house. And I apologize. I said that I would make a YouTube video of Tim and I at his house on Saturday, the 20th. But I failed to do so. Actually, I failed to produce the video where I asserted my desire to produce a video at Tim's house. So I guess there's no need for apology. Hooray! No need for apology, because I never posted the video that said that, hey, I'm going to make a video at Tim's house. So, regards to Tim's house and that prior video, I had, in the video, I had stated that my intent during my ceremony was to meditate for 15 minutes at the top of every hour, and to see how that would affect my meditation practice and my subtle awareness, because I'm a pretty subtle guy. And worked well. We actually skipped an hour, so unfortunately, but so I think I got there around noon, and 1 o'clock we sat and meditated. 2 o'clock sat and meditated for 15 minutes, and then on the 3 o'clock hour we were hiking, I believe. Hiked up to a monastery, a Tibetan Buddhist monastery in the Richmond Hills there, kind of on the summit. So we walked probably 350, 400 vertical feet. Maybe even 600, 700 vertical feet, and I guess 3 miles to get to the monastery. And then again, 3 miles and 800 vertical feet back to his place. also walked to the liquor store. I've told two people the fact that during the ceremony we walked to the monastery and then down to the liquor store, and they were very appreciative of that, of the very balance of monastery and liquor store. So I hope you like that. So yeah, it's a powerful technique, and I recommend it. To meditate for 15 minutes at the top of every hour. Yeah. And I had some subtle awareness going, which was assemblage point awareness, which I had discussed with you guys. So I'm not going to talk about it again now. But suffice it to say, it was an assemblage point awareness meditation. Kind of funny at one point. So my assemblage point is the center of my awareness. It's where my awareness is centered. Let's see, how can you explain it? It's basically the light, and it can be diffuse or it can be crystalline, depending on the strength of your concentration. And so yeah, using my assemblage point. Oh, the funny part was when I took my awareness off the assemblage point when I came out of a meditation, or maybe it was actually during a meditation. So Tim and I are sitting in his living room meditating, and I got my assemblage point awareness going on. And then I think it was 15 minutes had passed in my own mind, and so I opened my eyes, and I looked around the room, and so obviously not as much meditating. And then returned to the meditation, for the hell of it, because the alarm hadn't gone off yet. And I noticed that Tim had put my center of attention into his second chakra. So that was funny, and offended me in the very minimal sense of the word offense. And I was happy that he got a chance to exercise his second chakra. And so that was cool. And then I kind of basically pulled it out of the second chakra and started putting it in other chakras of his, because so his partner's there, his girlfriend, but she was in adjoining rooms. And so he has a good reason to have sex energy explored, basically. But I don't have all that great. In fact, I had the opposite intention and the opposite inclination at Tim's house. I was putting my center of attention or assemblage point in my chakras, but I was neglecting the second chakra because I have no need for it when I'm chilling with my best friend and his girlfriend. No need for me to be a sexual or tantric. So I was putting it into my other chakras, and then, as I said, and I put it in all of Tim's chakras too, save a second, and then but he put it in there when I wasn't meditating, which was funny. And yes, so on the subject of the assemblage point, one must enter into the realm of non-duality. So I can say that, yeah, it's my center of attention, right? The assemblage point is my center of attention. But say you go to a party. So you have the center of your attention. Everyone has their own center of their own attention, namely their assemblage points. Or do they? Is there only a communal assemblage point for every gathering, and not an assemblage point for each individual at the gathering? So is the assemblage point something that you come and participate in, right? Or is it something that's yours and yours alone, that then others participate in? And I would say neither of those conceptions fit the middle. If you view the assemblage point as your own, as the center of your own awareness, and basically your own, then I mean you'll certainly allow others to participate in your assemblage point and manipulate your assemblage point so that they can provide information to you. But what you won't do is allow others to, like, get off on your assemblage point, like as I said my friend Tim was doing. So however, if you acknowledge that and it's true too, if you and neither what I say is true, and both of what I say is true. If you acknowledge the assemblage point as communal, as you just show up to some place and voila, you participate in the communal assemblage point, then I would have no offense, right? Or no right to be offended that Tim had the assemblage point in his second chakra, right? If it's a communal thing, and if the two of us are focused on a communal center of attention, because we are, after all, friends, and we're like kind of both looking into the distance about 4 feet in front of us, and then trying to commune around whatever we create together, right, through the centers of our awareness and consciousness, namely the assemblage point, about 4 feet in front of us. So I assume that the assemblage point is communal, and I've had that experience at parties too, where I've gotten into big parties and there's been a communal assemblage point, and I can participate in it. I could have moved it into my body if I wanted to and checked and enlightened my chakras or heightened the activity of my chakras, but I didn't. Did move it into a drum at one point. And nonetheless, I acknowledge that my assemblage point is my assemblage point, right? Because my meditations are often when I'm alone. I rarely meditate in the presence of other beings. And when I'm alone, that's when I see my assemblage point, and I can communicate with other souls via the manipulation of light, namely the center of my awareness or consciousness, my assemblage point. Okay, the video's getting a little long. Hope you all doing really well. Hope this message finds you well. For God's sakes, see that there's 4 books back there. They're my book, and I want to get them in your hands. So comment, and book will cost you $20, but it's worth it. It's a kick-ass book, I tell you. All right, later.